You had individuals with a table, a chair. Sometimes some people rent a small store, a small shop, right? GMSM calls. They will list all the phone networks. Recharge cards available. Come and make your calls. Come and send your messages. So if you didn't have money that time, or if you didn't have a telephone, right, you will go to those places. You will give them 50, 100 naira, whatever. Or if you didn't have up to 100 naira back then, or 50 naira, you give them, I think it was 30 naira or so, or 20 naira to send one text. Please call me back. Then the telecoms networks now started to have the free messages, right? Call me back messages, so that the person who has the phone knows that, oh man, this person that's calling you doesn't have money. So for those of us back then, it was a huge favor for us, because then when we want to call and beg our parents for money, we just send, can't remember the code right now, so we just dial the code with the person's number, and the person will receive the message, please call me back. He say, this my picking now, this boy, what does he want again? Then no, daddy will not call us. What's the problem? You know, money. You never have, I'm talking, we never have this. I never have those days. You say, I don't have card on my phone. Nigerians and our terminologies. Jesus. Anyway, but whether you had enough, units, call credit on your phone, or you didn't, the midnight calls, the free emphasis on free night calls, were a huge thing. Now, they were so big where these was this promo that sometimes, right, in some areas, the service provider would just be overwhelmed. You know how Nigerians complain these days, network is bad. Wait till 12:01. You'll be talking to somebody right now. If that call gets into 12:01, so what some people used to do is they'll start their phone conversations at 11:55, so that they'll still be online, right? Whatever units have been spent will stop till that time. So once again, the cost of conversation. I'm asking, do you think you Nigerians would jump at a free midnight call promo again?
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeria Info FM. Nigeria Info, let's talk.
017-923-0003, 0817-923-0007. John is on the line from Ogbuna Bali. John, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
You're thinking of back to the days of, I think 2008, 2009.
Yes, when boys were boys.
Then I was in a secondary school. I had this girlfriend. I was in boarding school. She was in boarding school. Although we have to sneak the food to the hotel then. From 11:59, you will have that either I will be dining or she will be dining. We will not sleep until 5 a.m. when they will not prepare for money activities. We don't sleep every day.
What were you, John, what were you people talking about?
Just discussing now. How can you ask two young lovers what they were discussing? We are just talking. She was not, I was in body school, she was in body school. So all the discussion will just be talking. Oh God, that memory, Jude. You have opened that wound again.
Hey, Pele. but John, do you think now, if that promo was to be reintroduced, do you think it will still be as popular as it was back then?
Well, for now, before now, all this WhatsApp was not available.
Yes.
Facebook, Twitter, and all of those other social media was very there. So it was just all about call making, you understand? But now you can be chatting with somebody all through the day. What all the conversation you would have had, that maybe you would have talked within the day.
Yeah, but you see, it will cost you money. It will cost you money. It will cost you data.
Yes, Jude, I agree with you. For that anxiety, then it was just one way channel that we have for communication, which is either you make normal text message or you make a phone call. Yeah, we have other channels that which that communication takes place. So that I can tell you for you that inquisitiveness or anxiety to stay all day to make that call. If you be bringing that, I don't think I'll be able to be part of it again.
Okay. So you right now, if it was to come back and let's say you were to travel and your wife traveled and maybe she's in Kontagora or in Jalingo and you're in Port Harcourt and you say work just closed, you not make that midnight call.
No, I will not. I don't feel this way to give my call offer. Like, if it's not something I wake up in the morning and try all the day.
Okay. All right, John, thank you very much. John speaking to us from Mabuna Bali. He says he would not jump on that particular promo. But you heard him. It was a thing back then. And to show you how big a thing it was, ladies and gentlemen, people would borrow. Right? I remember having friends. I beg, just give me like 200. Make I buy recharge card. Make I buy. 100. That then was 100 naira, so you have to buy 2. And then some of those vendors, rather than selling it for 100 naira, they sell it for you at 110 or 120. We've come a long way, people of God. Zion is on the line from GRA. Faith is standing by. Zion, good morning to you.
Yeah, Jude. The majority will not buy into it. It's just a few microscopic that will want to, compared to that period where it was like, without it, there is no communication. You know, the moment is the hour, at the then we're still in school. Brother, once it is that time, just as if the bell has been rang, every hostel, room to room, every corner. In fact, let me be honest to you, Jude, even evil spirit, you are afraid of us then.
Evil spirit.
You will see some people on top of 3, under 3, even where you never expected somebody to be there. Somebody is there making calls. Jude, that time love was real.
Oh, so it was love that's making that thing work, eh?
Yes. Then people were missing each other. You know why? Because they hardly see themselves. But today, they have to see each other now. Now, don't see each other. Now. But then, people were even composing words, lyricals. They were they have things to discuss. The intercourse was not too quick then. It has to take time compared to today. That once you meet somebody by 12 o'clock, by 1:30, 2 o'clock, he or she's already in your bedroom. So what are you discussing spending midnight hour for?
So Zion, for you, let me would you use midnight calls now?
For me now, no, I won't do it.
Okay. Faith is in Port Harcourt. Faith, what about you? Would you get midnight calls if it was free?
Mr. Jude, this topic just took me down the memory lane.
And they used to call you those days, eh? Did they call you?
There was this guy that was wooing me then, and he was in school.
Okay.
So midnight he will call, we will talk. Unnecessary things are like, how many children are we going to give? So just seeing the future from afar and all that. How our love is going to be strong, how you are going to make beautiful babies, and all that. And ask me now if I marry that guy. We are not married. Who will keep me awake like this? We will talk, we will discuss everything. We will quarrel that night, and we are going to reconcile that night. Do you understand? Because you say, my baby, I'm reading down, I'm begging you. A lot of nonsense.
You people were doing things, so.
Like seriously,
Hey!
My mother will not be in her room. My mother will not be there. Who is making this noise? Down to my stepsister, her own is the worst. Like she will be talking till 5 o'clock. Like the midnight call was intense. Oh, down to this time, I don't think I will have that limit because come to family, one is married and you have a lot of things you're thinking, no need of those kind pleasures and all of that. So now one is concentrating, one has a lot of things being his or her head, so no time for it.
But
I don't think children of these days buy into that idea because some might, but what I think now is because the chatting has taken over. Chatting, they feel like dwelling on the chatting more than the calls.
Okay. All right, Faith. Thank you very much. Faith was being wooed seriously at night. You see, at some point, I have to be very honest with you, right? During the free night call era in this country, at one point, I had to ask myself, to what end would these night calls bring for me if I continue? I didn't really have anybody else dating, but sometimes, you know how, somebody say, move, gist for night. No, I go gist you. This school, no, I go gist you. Sometimes it's just because you didn't have anybody to talk to, you do so. So after a while, I was like, I'm going to miss 2 hours of sleep. Nah. That was me anyway. That was me. But I know lots of friends up until I remember the day or the week that the telecom provider announced that he was no longer doing the promo free midnight calls. Nigerians were gnashing their teeth. Ha! What rubbish! We'll leave this network. Nonsense. Midnight call that we used to hold ourselves. They want to collect our money because they now see that everybody's now doing it. Everybody's now doing it. You know what? Even if it's just 100 naira that we are paying, how much? 100? I remember somebody did the analogy. If all Nigerians, if just 50 million Nigerians was to spend 100 naira every week, do you know how much that company is making? 50 million. They're wicked. But here we are. 92.3. Hello, Port Harcourt. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Jude.
Good morning. Welcome, Kurt.
Many people will jump on the free midnight call because
today, as we are now.
Yes, as now. Remember, it's a roof. And the people will see it as the company giving back to the customers. Almost every Nigeria would like to hook up there. I know if you subscribe 500 naira now, how many minutes you think you make call before the 500 naira goes? So people will still take that opportunity. Remember, some Nigerians like to talk, maybe they will not hit at the point. They will begin to talk stories that happen from January getting to December. And that is where they will just channel it to. So call me midnight call, let us talk. They will jump in. Except we that are already making the sacrifice to call Nigeria info with our money. Maybe majority of us may not jump, but majority of Nigeria, both adults and youth, take that advantage as company giving back to them. Thank you.
All right, cut in Port Harcourt. Thank you very much. Messages now 0809 030 6416 0809 030 6416. All right, Jude, Nigerians love free things. Hence, the love for free noodles and other things. Uche Beke from Ekpeyaland, thank you very much. Hi, Jude. Since the introduction of WhatsApp calls and video calls, I don't really think midnight call is a big deal. You only need to have data and you make unlimited calls both locally and internationally. Evans from Mercyland. But that's the thing, Evans, you are paying. You bought data, right? And guess what? A lot of people these are complaining that the data that we are using here is so expensive. Last year, the telco companies had to increase their rates. I think by almost 15 or 12 or 15%, if I'm not mistaken, between 10 and 15%. All right. So what 3,000? I remember. And Evans, let's put this into context, right? Back in 2008-9, between 2007-8-9, right, and part of 2010, right, the average subscription fee for satellite television was 6,000 naira. 6,000 naira. That's at that time. And at that time, one their phones. And even with the advent of BlackBerry Messenger, I don't know if you remember when Black BBM came through. Whoa, people love to text. But guess what? You see that midnight call? So yes, data, you would pay for it. You can make your video calls, no problem. WhatsApp calls, no problem. But your data is going to, it's not free. So if the free night calls were introduced across all the various telecom networks today, you think people won't jump in? WhatsApp 0809-030-6416. Send us your message. I would love to read it, and there are a lot of them coming through. This one says, Jude, wait till Donald Trump wants to call somebody for night call for $1 million. Then go prepare their phone all night call with music to ginger the night call motivation. That's from Pax. Thank you very much. Read your message. Thank you. This one says, Jude, good morning. People will really jump at it. Instead of to begin to awake to think over life's issues, they will make the calls, laugh, and forget about Nigeria and family wahala. Chidima from Rumibo. Chidima, thank you very much. Okay, so you rather wake up at night. All right, fine. Midnight calls saved my life. If not for midnight calls, I would have been bitten by a snake that entered my house. Chim, what's going on? Because I was on a call, there was one rat that used to run and pass, so I decided to check it with the torch, only to see snake. I battled and killed that snake and called the person back, and we discussed till 4 a.m. Ezekiel Isaiah with that comment. Interesting. Tuoyo from PH says, indeed, it was called GSM, General Street Madness. But these days, it might not be too active to make midnight calls, because these days, even when you buy normal data, the network providers will by themselves divide your data for day and night. And sincerely, that night data has become a waste for me and more gain for the network providers. Tuoyo from Port Harcourt, Tuoyo, thank you very much. So says, Jude, good morning. That promo may not be that interesting again now. I mean, we have things like WhatsApp and things like WhatsApp calls, which you can do anytime and not necessarily at midnight. The call rates are a lot cheaper too. Truth be told, it was mostly love on the tree, wherever you can find network. It was fun. I remember my days. It was like a daily routine back then in those days for me. You guys used to climb tree to make calls. Gen Z people, just listen to your old people telling you how the streets were back in those days. The advent of WhatsApp, Facebook, and Snapchat killed the need for local midnight calls, I beg. However, midnight calls were such a wonderful time for us. Hayes with that comment. Indeed, it was. Good morning, Jude. I don't think midnight call communication would excel if reintroduced. We substitute now WhatsApp, Facebook calls. Also, midnight calls, they expose us, so intelligent parents go wake up secretly and hear our conversations. Tobins with that comment. You be so. I thought people were like me. They used to call me midnight calls to pray and advise me. I didn't partake when it was first a thing, as I wasn't in Nigeria at the time. But if it was reinstated now and I'm in Nigeria, I wouldn't. I don't have a lack mentality, which is what those free calls were tapping into. The only person I like to talk to for that long is someone I live with, as I am already married to him. If we want to talk, we don't need free midnight calls to do so. Also, I use some of my late nights to early morning to create content or do media interviews with some folks on different continents because because of time zone. That is not the time or energy I'll be using to partake in any frivolous midnight calls. Esther, it might be frivolous to you, but what if, like in those days, what if that midnight call was the only time the person had to speak? For example, I'll give you a very good example. I remember a friend of ours, brilliant student. As soon as as soon as he got out of university, right, he got a job for was that Saipem or Total? Can't remember. But anyway, he was on the rig, right? And eventually, when he got his phone, he saved enough money. He got his phone, and he had this girlfriend back then. During the day, it was almost impossible, and I mean almost impossible to get at him. Almost impossible. But at night, when the water is calm, I think it was in Escravos back then. When it was calm, he would be able to call. In fact, he would let us know that I don't buy phone for this girl and all night. So when he's talking to her at night, right, he would have sent us message to say, okay, look, please, help get this, help get that. I've informed her. So that night time was the only time he had away from work. Maybe 1 hour or 2 hours. It wasn't like every night they must talk from 12 to 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. But sometimes, a lot of people, the very first hour or two, as that 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, was the best time for them to speak. And let me remind those of us who used to do it back then. The service, right, was really terrible between 12 and 3. How many of you remember that from 4 o'clock to not be easier to your call and to be very clear? Remember? 4 to 5 period. Particularly when you have been crushing on somebody who are gisting. When you reach that 4 o'clock, 4:30, that's like, oh my God, it will soon end. Particularly if it's a Saturday night call. Oh. Destiny here, good morning, says that if it is done, I will welcome it because I'd love to experience the feeling. And I will also petition Nigeria Info to move Hello Potako. You want to move Hello Potaka on sunny side to midnight shows so that I can be doing free calls, not just texting on WhatsApp. Thank you. Nice one. Hotel management. 9.3, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good.
I remember, my name is Sada.
Welcome,
During
madam.
that midnight call period, that was when I was in my youth service.
Mm-hmm.
So at night, I will talk all through the night. Then in the morning, they wake up by 5 to 3.
Oh.
And it's always difficult for me to wake up. So the person that used to ring the bell will come to my window and see banging it, bang. So one day they told me that I should lead the prayer. I was just talking rubbish.
You are speaking the nonsense. Oh my God! Wow, terrible. But I want to ask you, if it was brought back now, would you make calls at night?
No.
Why now?
I have so many things bothering me now that I need that night to rest. When I was much younger, I could do that.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much for calling. All right. So the cost of conversations. That's where we are this morning. Well, I don't know about you, but it's a very clear reminder. And I think it's exposed how far we've come with telecoms technology. The rates are cheaper, no doubt. But is it still cheap enough? You tell me.